L back at it again, doing me peace and love reflections. We here for a soulful ministering class today. What is the topic today? As it is always, sowing and growing and building a better us, a better platform, a better service, a better brand, building upon our products, brands, and or services. It really doesn't matter. Someone can be integrated in all things. If you are here, it's because you were given a link, and that link was to say you are a potential future sower. But let's not jump off too fast. Let's make sure we are all in. So if you can hear me, put the word sow, SOW, down in the chat. And I'm going to go open up my YouTube to make sure we all aligned and we are ready to continue into sow. We can be heard, we can be heard, and we can be seen. Amazing, amazing, great. I'm so grateful to have y'all here. We are live, we are unfiltered, and we are most importantly, we are here at the right place and time. Today isn't about fancy slides or fake over the night success stories. Today is about sewing. It is about building a business, brand, product, or service that actually looks like you and supports the life that you were meant to live. Let's let's just understand this. We are all meant to live a beautiful life. We born into a world that they use money to stream everything and anything that we have going on. But that's not our life. We are natural beings given life to be here on earth for free. We not meant to be paying an arm and a leg, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, just to live and survive when we didn't ask ourselves to be here. So how can we maintain and be in this life and not be in survival mode all the time? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Well, in the gist or the whole, you know. Mostly, I am here to bring the awareness and the light of what it means to sow and how that can affect and increase your finances, your income, your passive income, your revenue, even if you don't have income, your energy, your time, your life. This isn't just about what it is that you can do for yourself, but what you can do for others and what others can do for you. Today we also have Sister Cultivator Gold with us. She's going to be here being a supporter to and being a testimony to what it is that I'm saying to y'all. Because she is my number one top sower. The sower who's been with me since I believe 2018. Yo, we have been running this service. We know that it worked, and we are here today to show you that it works. So I'm going to bring her on the screen and let her tell you who she is for herself.
Peace and wellness. I am, like she said, Cultivator Gold. Some of you may know me as Chocolate Gold. But yes, I've been doing work with JoJo, and it was since 2018 we came into this together. And we just been sowing and growing, really. For myself, I'm mostly a wellness cultivator. I deal in different realms of wellness. One of those being spiritual, one of those being professional. And so my work definitely aligns with what we're doing here today. And again, I've been working with her for a long time. The information that she's going to share with you today was also information that she shared with me. And we've been building on those principles since we started working together. And so just listen to what the structure is of what she's trying to show you. The testimonies will come throughout the live as we go through it. And I'm excited to be here and be in support. I do have a couple of things I'll add to the conversation throughout, but let's get into it.
On you and that I am grateful that we are still here and we are able to sew together. Let's get
Yes,
into it. Let's get into it. Our first presentation is we're just gonna get into what it is that you actually got here. You came here for. You came here because you were wondering why we were seeking 10 people, why we were seeking an understanding on what we can do with our, our sales, our brands, our products, and our services. You saw this flyer here that said, learn how to pay yourself to travel and increase. Escape your structure, your struggles and reap a new future. There is limited spaces. Why? Because we don't have time to talk to everybody. We are here to find out how. We are here to find out how we can travel and keep ourselves afloat while traveling. Some of y'all don't even want to go nowhere. Some of y'all just actually trying to find out how to stay where you are. I've met a lot of mothers who are saying, "How do you get an income and be a mother?" I've met a lot of people who have been a tremendous help on me in my journeys in motherhood because I've been trying to juggle between that. Have you been juggling between that, Sister Cultivator?
Yes, indeed. That's definitely been a thing that I'm constantly trying to balance out because again, doing all of these things in business, also being a mother, I myself, I have two offspring, and so it's definitely, especially if you're someone who doesn't believe in going out to a 9 to 5 and neglecting your children, or not, I'm not saying neglecting, but basically, neglecting to have that time with them or putting their education in the hands of someone else, right? When you are full on in the presence of being a mother all day and running a business is definitely tough. You have some things you have to figure out because you're always having to take care of your babies and be there and to support them. But you also got so many things that you got to do for yourself, right? We have lives, we have content we have to create, we have meetings we have to attend, and all of these things have to be in balance with, first of all, our self care and our family time and taking care of our homes and families, right? And the other things, the extended families. And also, even just having the time to go out and get the mechanics that you need to be able to keep your home and your family functioning, right? And I'm going to talk more about that when we get into the mechanics, but you have to balance all these things out and put all of these things into the fold when you are running a business and you have a family.
Most definitely, and it is always a juggle. Me personally, I remember when we started, it was so much easier for me just to hit a call or go on a Zoom or even call text you when I would say, "Hey, we got a new product brand and service out. We got a new way of doing this out." I would just be doing it, pushing it out that day, that minute. Now it's gonna take me like a day, 2 days, sometimes a week, just to get enough time to do what normally used to take me 30 minutes. And so I'm learning little by little as the day goes on how I can better juggle that, how I can better master that. And it's getting a little bit better. I'm able to create a good flow so that I can manage business, manage self, and manage self and manage my child. But yeah, as I said, that's why we got limited spots. We don't have all day to be sitting here telling 300 people what to do, hyping y'all up. We looking for 10 people who understand, 10 people who are ready, 10 people who are motivated to get to that level that they need to get to financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. When you realize that someone hits every aspect of one's life, you realize that you can do this, and it's super simple. It's something that we all can do. I was having this conversation yesterday with somebody, and they were asking, how does sowing fit in their daily life? And they use the Bible as they reference. And I had to explain to them the different terminologies inside of that text, and then how sowing just merges together with it evenly. There's no problem. There's no there's no shift. You can read it and still understand sowing at the same time. So for me, sowing is the foundation. It is the soil of life. Let's call it that. It's a lot easier when you can put it in a picture of your mind and say, what is sowing? It's the soil, right? But when you talk about other projects, like say cryptocurrency, what is cryptocurrency? You like, I don't know. It's a whole bunch of aspects. It's a whole bunch of things conglomerated and joined together that you got to learn before you can understand it. So you bring forth confusion. What is money? Same difference. You bringing forth confusion because you don't really fully understand what it is in one easy aspect, such as soil. We see soil every day. We see it outside. We see it in our house. We see it in a small flower pot. We can see it in different ways, in different places. Everybody equally has soil around them to understand soil is here. So when you say what is sowing, it should come to you easily. It should be like, think of it as soil. Think of it as the dirt. Think of it as the ground. And you should be able to see it and say, huh, okay, I see things coming from it. What is this to me? That's where your food comes from. That's where you walk to go places. That's where your house is built on. That's where the ground that holds all of us is. So sowing holds all of us. Sowing brings all of us to a different level of growth. Sowing is the foundation. So here in Sowful Ministries, we teach that. That is the foundation of all the learning, all the things we talk about. It is every single thing. So if we're gonna move forward with our next understanding, and that is, what will we be talking about today? Today we'll be talking about three main aspects of sowing and reaping: planting, harvesting, giving, and receiving. The first aspect is natural self. The second is the mechanics, as Sister Cultivator had pointed out. And then we have the awareness. Our first actuality is our natural self. What is our natural self? Our natural self comes down to something super simple, and it's not hard to understand. Our natural self comes down to 8 foundational principles. And that 8 foundational principles are our core sowing principles: the seed principle, the consistency principle, the value principle, the patience principle, the soil principle, the multiplication principle, the stewardship principle, and the circulation principle. The 8 core sowing principles turn what you have into growth. I don't care if it's a product, a brand, a service, your life, an emotion, a relationship. It is the core principles to these things. Let's just go through them briefly, and we're going to see how these things can be part of our soil. So the seed principle starts with what you have. Use what you have in your hand. What do you have to start with? Is it starting money? Is it a is it something you have physically to start with? Say you're trying to start a product. What do you have as far as an idea to start? What is the seed? What is the starting rank? What is going to be the foundation above the foundation of the soil? The seed could be the capital, the money. The seed could be the idea. The seed could be a person. The seed could be a place. Where do you start? That is it. The next the next one is consistency. You sowing into it daily. That could be your time. That could be the money, that could be an investment, that could be an action. What are you consistently doing? What are you able to do consistently? A lot of y'all focus on social media. Social media helps you understand consistency. Why? Because it brings you an understanding of what to be consistent. The algorithm doesn't align with you if you don't post daily, if you don't sow daily, if you don't consistently bring yourself to the platform and do something, even if it's a comment, even if it's a like, even if it's a watch, even if it's a post. You can post a reel, a picture, just words. Consistency brings you to what? Monetization. In the sense of social media, monetization is your harvest. In the sense of if you're trying to get a brand and product out there or service, the consistency is putting yourself out there, letting them see what it is you have to offer. If you've been following me and you got here at this point, you'll start to see that I was consistently showing y'all the masterclass is happening, what time the masterclass is, what's going to be in the masterclass. I even sold something you could utilize and be able to grow up until the point of coming to the masterclass. And if you got that link, and you should have if you are here, you should be able to know what it was that I gave y'all. And what I gave y'all was a free marketing package. You should be able to take that link and come over here to the Meta Environmental Exchange, where we host financial aid for your finances. And if you understand me and you've been following me, you know your finances is not just your money. Your finances is your income in energy. Your finances is in your income in money. Your finances is in your income of time. Your finances in your income of what you feel is going to better grow whatever it is you have going on in your life. Um, by coming to this link here, the Meta Environmental Exchange, and the link is the meexchange.info. That's meexchange.info. Very first thing you see is the free marketing package. You see it right there? You would just click that, and it would instantly bring you. Oh, it should brought you to this. Oh, let's see. In the WhatsApp group, it should have brought it. Let us see where it's taking us. Let me go check. It should have took us all. And if you didn't get the link, I'll give you the link right now here in this chat. Mm-hmm. I made him save that. Just, but I will get y'all there right now. Should be the Avalanche. Or is it in the Dropbox? Let me get us there, y'all, so we can be on time. But let me see. Sister Cultivator might have got it, but I believe it's here. Mm-mm-mm. Well, let's already. If you didn't get it, I'm gonna keep searching for it. But while we talking about it, I want to tell y'all what it is that started me on the market, started me on my marketing. It was because I wanted to travel. I wanted to travel. At the end of the day, that's all that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to go and live how I wanted to live, where I wanted to live, and what I wanted to live. By what I mean, I want to live a soulful life. I want to live in a way that says I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. There it is. I'm gonna put this in the Dropbox real quick so that we can share this with you all. All right, uploading it now. But I wanted to travel. I use the Meta Environmental Exchange to find all those around me to help me get to the next level. We call those people, those teams, those sowers, they're in the seed network. We sow, we educate, we empower, and we do it decentralized. Why do we do it decentralized, and what is that? That just means we don't solely stick to what the government wants. We don't care about what they're doing behind the scenes. A lot of y'all fix it on decentralizing means I don't use my bank account. I don't pay taxes, all that. But it's really just saying I control my own foundation. I have the keys. I have what it takes to do this without maintaining connections with the government. Um, if you were able to do this without having the government send your information to a third party to get back to you, that's part of decentralization. It's bringing together creations, learning, sustainability, and financial growth into a shared space. This is what the Seed Network does. We have multiple people within the Seed Network all doing different aspects so that we can make sure that anybody who's in it, if they need help, we have a solution. Sister Cultivator is great with bringing solutions to the forefront of our ecosystem and showing us how we can have better tools to work with. All right, I got y'all that link here. I'm gonna go on and drop it in the chat. I'm gonna go on and drop that link in the chat. And if you are here via the WhatsApp, I'm dropping it in the WhatsApp group as well. We're not gonna take this. We're not gonna forget, y'all. We doing this right now, in real time, so that you know the transparency of what it is to be soulful. We make sure you get the information right then, right there. Sister Cultivator, do you have anything to build on that while I'm pushing this forward?
Yeah, I want to touch a little bit more on stewardship because one of the topics that I talk about when I'm talking about environmental wellness is stewardship. And the reason why I want to touch on it because I think people look at the word stewardship and they believe that they have to go out and do this big grand thing. No, stewardship starts in cultivating your own environment, making it a space where you can sow in, where you can cultivate in, right? It's about setting up your environment for your success. And so it's not always a big, huge thing like what me and JoJo are doing, right? We are being stewards of nature all the time. Especially if you follow us and you've been following us, you know that that's something we talk about on many different aspects, right? But it's not always this big, grand thing. Sometimes it's just as simple as being a steward for your own environment, making sure that your soil is fertile, right? Making sure that your seed has the environment that it can grow in and thrive in, and it won't be threatened or ruined by the circumstances around you. And that's all I wanted to say.
All right, there we go. That's amazing, and I'm grateful you added on to that because the people need to know that they can see what we're doing, and sometimes it is a little bit overwhelming. It's like y'all, what all y'all doing about one thing? When you look outside, you don't just see one type of grass growing. You don't just see one type of tree growing. You don't just see one type of flower growing. You see all different aspects. If you're not one of them people who burning your grass out and killing your crops all the time, you just gonna look out your front door and be like, hey, I'm outside in nature. I'm out here making sure this web page is updated. See, I do things in real time because I don't know how much time I have to do things. So I have to do it then and that at that moment. I didn't realize that y'all didn't get y'all package. So we doing that right now. Uh, Edit the URL. It should have been this. But yeah, like the next thing we're gonna talk about is what it means to us here in the meta environmental exchange. What is our foundation? Because what we do, we have purpose. We take what we learn and we apply it because application is a must. You can't just take information in and don't apply it because what you do with the application will continue to grow over time. Thus, it allows you to exchange it with others. This is the key. This is the foundation. And this is why we built a church around this foundation. A church without walls, and we call it the first natural church of business. The first natural church of business is exactly what it says it is. Um, it is a structure that allows us all to grow in. It doesn't just sit there and say one person is at the forefront of it and they are telling you what to do. You are following directions. You sit in there all day. You listening to them give you a sermon of whatever it is that they got going on. I fixed that link so that y'all can be able to go to it. But we created a church called the First Natural Church of Business. Why do we call it the First Natural Church? First off, is because nature comes first. You are born into the natural aspect in the environment here. The next thing is business. The business at hand is teaching and learning. We are all here to learn. We are all here to teach. That is the core of our thing. Remember, we talked about the exchange and how it moves. Your purpose is to learn and to teach. The application is how you willing to teach it. Online, offline, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, with products, brands, or service. How do you want to apply what it is you're learning so that others can grow? That's up to you. What are you doing that continues to grow? Are you putting yourself out there? Are you being a hermit? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you both? What are you doing in order to continuously show what it is you have and what you want to apply? And the exchange is what you use to move it through to others. What are you doing? Sowing. Sowing is giving and receiving. That's how you're doing it. That's the exchange. So the business at hand is teaching and learning. Exchange it through sowing. Participate in growth within yourself, within others, within a system that you choose to build with. You may not want to be outside in the garden. You may not want to be in the corporation of 9 to 5. You may not want to be sitting down behind a computer. You may not want to be sitting. And that's okay because you are here to grow. Um, it must create value though. When you sow, it's not just I made something, I did something, I planted something, here take, and you never see it. You are here to create value. Value is only found when something is consistently moving. Value is only seen when it's consistently growing. When you open paths for other people to grow alongside you, when you build streams of support that circulate, not just accumulate, when there's no pressure, there's no force, just alignment, intention, and action, you are able to grow. Sister Cultivate is our vice president of the First Natural Church of Business, and she is the epitome and the example of what we here doing. Through her works, the Sower's Toolbox, and many of her Sower's tools, applications, and all the products and brand services and platforms that she has within her own ecosystem, you were able to continuously have strategies. You were able to sustain yourself. You were able to have solutions to whatever it is that you need to build and to grow what it is you have. She is most definitely our educational specialist when it comes to our youth. Our youth is not just the seed. Our youth are the fruit that carry the seed. It shows us at our best light. It shows us in our best taste. It shows us who we are all the way up into the point of exchange. Because when we exchange, we taken from our harvest, which is after the fruit, or within the fruit, during the fruit. It's actually the same correlation. And we share that with others. What our fruit tastes like, what our fruit look like is our fault. Is whatever we put into it, whatever we show, whatever we did, whatever we created, the fruit is there to show it as a whole. And it's to carry the next to the next level. And that is the seed. The carrier is the seed. What are we sowing in support? Every moment of our ecosystem contributes as a tree planting service, ocean cleanup, animal rehabilitation, soil revitalization, and clean water access. I'm not even going to sit here and go through all of these things with you because there's too much going on within that system. If you would like to learn more about what that system is, you got to stick to the end of this class. By the end of this class, we're going to show you how you can integrate what that physically is and how in detail you can be a part of whatever you have going on. We call it financial aid. Finances returning to its natural purpose to support life that's not just for profit. Wherever you are, you can learn it. Wherever you are, you can build it, you can give it, and simply observe it. And this is the first page of something growing. This is the first point of something growing. If this resonates with you, drop a soul in the chat. If you are ready to understand how you can have someone support whatever you're doing, drop it in the chat. I'm gonna hit refresh right quick because I done updated the website. See how easy that was. You should be able to click it now and it drop you into the Dropbox where you should be able to collect your marketing package. That's it right there. You go on and open it. Hold on, let's go on and get y'all there. I want to be able to make sure y'all are able to see it
While you
so I
doing
can
that, I
share it.
want to chime in real quick. Thank you so much for highlighting Sower's Toolbox. Um, Last week, I put a blog on the website to kind of talk more about how you find the tools or how you put together a toolbox, right? Because when we're talking about Sower's Toolbox, and you'll see as we continue on through the mechanics and everything that we're talking about, that it's not just about the education, right? You have to learn what it is you're doing. You have to be able to um, see the vision of the seed that you're growing, right? When it reaches it's or becomes a tree, or when it reaches its ultimate peak, or when it reaches the harvest that you're trying to reap, right? And so there has to be the knowledge, of course, and we teach that. And also, like she said, it's each one teach one. So you learn and then you teach, right? And so that is part of what Source Toolbox is. Now, it's also helping you and showing you how to build these toolboxes, right? Whatever your seed is, let's use the example of you want to start a publishing company, right? The tools are there to show you what you need and actual steps that you need to take to build that on the back end. And then there are tools that will help you create the business on the front end, help you to create content, and also give you tools and applications that you could use to bring your publishing company to the forefront, to get more attention about what it is that you're writing about, or even just to expand on different social media platforms. If we're using a different um, example, like let's say physical wellness, right? If you are someone who wants to learn more about being healthy and physical wellness, then the Source Toolbox will teach you and show you the aspects of physical wellness. But then we'll also have some natural tools that you can utilize that will help cultivate that physical wellness for you. And so it's not just about teaching you something and then selling you a bunch of stuff. All of these things resonate with each other to be able to give you a full toolbox of things that you can utilize to bring your seed to the fruit that you're trying to reap.
We are ready to get into this marketing package now. I'm grateful to what she had to add on to that because y'all know we got so much going on. Y'all can't keep up. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna pretend. So we've broken this down in the most simplest forms as we can in order to allow y'all to even reach it. A lot of y'all are still seeds waiting to grow. Um, Here on the screen, as you can see, is the package, the marketing package. You got the growth marketing bundle, the blueprint bundle, the templates. It's done for you. This is a package that I have put together so that y'all can um, have some tools. This package here, it's show y'all. Y'all think it's just a small package. This is $200 worth in value, worth of content that you are able to utilize for yourself. We're just gonna do one of them just so you can get an idea of what's inside of the marketing package. Slideshows. You basically take the templates, fill it in, put it in your own information. Introduction, things to say. Why do you say it? What builds traffic? See, this talks about organic building of traffic through funnels. It tell you about the pyramids of why you need podcasts, ebooks, and webinars. It take you to levels that a lot of people charge you an arm and a leg. They make you come to these videos and be like, well, you need to join my MasterClass for $3,000 and get this information. I'm giving you this information for free right now. We look at this sales funnel guide right here, a slideshow. Utilize this information, utilize this seed for your own marketing. You literally can go and do your own masterclass using just this marketing package after you fill in your own information, of course. Um, it shows you one of the main drives of me setting up my strategies with people is to use was because I was coming along with my business and I didn't have the sales funnel in place. What is a sales funnel? That's basically a platform and a place for you just to push your information consistently so that you can exchange with other people, so you can maintain the what? 8 sewing principles. Because that's what we was talking about. Look at that. The sales funnel, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, leads, sales, orders, ascension. Y'all, this is a package that give it to you. I'm giving you charts. I'm giving you something you can utilize. Yo, this is not just a package that says a little bit and then you open it and you just like I could have chat GPT that. You can't. You can't chat GPT this because chat gonna give you a limit because all of us, most of us, 80% of us is on chat free mode. Y'all ain't gonna get all this. Y'all need to understand that I'm giving y'all something, giving you worksheets. I'm giving you growth checklists. I'm giving you econ checklists. I'm giving you client on board and questionnaires. Literally take this, go to Google questionnaires, and make you a questionnaire. Make it a link. Send it to your people. You see what I'm saying? This is a free package. A lot of y'all wasn't ready for that. A lot of y'all was like, yo, um, JoJo's just out here trying to give us pieces of a whole. No, no, no. I'm giving you what I know works. I'm giving you one of the 8 core seed principles, which is the start of what you have. If you don't, if you have something, if you have an idea, a lot of the hiccups is because we don't know how to put ourselves out there. I'm giving you the marketing package to skip all that hiccup part. You just got to come up with an idea, product, brand, or service. Go get the marketing package, fill it in, fill it in, and then run with it. How you run with that is inside the marketing package. If you are here right now, you you should be getting the marketing package. Check the WhatsApp. It's there. The link is on the WhatsApp. Um, for all those who have joined us today. I even just showed y'all, if you watching right now from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, you should already know exactly what the link is. The link is found at the Meta Environmental Exchange. Why? Because I know I just went and I made sure it is.
Yes, and I have confirmed that everyone is able to access that marketing packet. Um, it looks like there may be some connection issues here. I don't know if that's on my end or her end. But yes, having these things done for you is really important because, especially for a lot of us, we did not go to any type of business school, right? Well, I did. I did go for a couple of years. I did receive an associate. But a lot of the people that I talked to, they just naturally adopted the idea because they saw how easy it was to be able to do. And they saw so many people out here just starting businesses or becoming content creators and creating things, right? But what happens is when you don't have that structured institutional education, then you have to figure out all of these different components on your own, right? And so I think a lot of times when we have to do that, there are components of business that we don't understand or we forget or we leave out. And so because of that, having that marketing packet is going to be a win for you because it kind of takes that guesswork out of what do you actually need, right? Especially when we're talking about sales funnels. A lot of people don't understand the department of sales, right? And understanding those sales funnels and how important they are to driving the sales is imperative, right? And so that information in itself is worth a lot. Um, and then again, like she was saying, um, a lot of people will give you some information, but it won't really be the information that you need to help and assist you in what you're doing, right? This marketing packet, which is like a toolkit in itself, right? Giving you all these different things is going to be most beneficial to you, and it's going to be helpful for you as you move through this Soulful Ministries class. While I'm waiting for her to come on, I do want to kind of talk a little bit about the mechanics because a lot of times we look at these different things as um, separate components, right? But they're not separate components, they are actually an ecosystem. And so that means this is not just random things that we're putting together and talking about or trying to sell, right? They're actually components of an ecosystem. An ecosystem we've been building for years, and because we've been building on it and testing it and refining it over these many years, we do understand some of those maybe gaps where there's information out there about this part of something, but there's a big gap in the middle of information that people need, especially like those people that I was talking about who really don't have any structured background education in business, right? And that goes with product management and production as well too, right? Well, even if you just have one product, you have to know how to market it. You have to have these sale funnels and different types of emails and um, different types of ways of communicating, different correspondences, clarity that has to be added to it, right? And so there's different mechanics. One of the first ones I'm going to talk about is going to be fundraisers, right? Because fundraisers has been an entry point, right? And it's not only an entry point, it is a way of activating the community behind these different topics in these, uh, whether we're talking about a business, a product, or a grand purpose, right? You're doing this grand thing. And in this case, it's a church. The fundraiser is the entry point, right? You get people to come in and read about what you are doing, and then they are activated with that information. And again, going back to the marketing kit that you receive, this is also going to help you with how do you get that clarity out there for people to understand what you're doing, right? Okay, and so then that also activates the community, right? People say, I understand, and clarity is so much more important than perfection, right? And so um, that is a has been an entry point for us, but it's only one part of the ecosystem. And I see you, Jojo, in the chat. You have to come back on stage though, so we'll give her a minute to come back on stage, and um, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about how that community activation helps with the mission at hand. Oh, there she is.
Miss
I'm gonna go ahead and
Evans.
let you go. I wasn't sure where you was going next, so I went straight into the mechanics of fundraising.
I mean, you just going straight through where we supposed to be going. It's always you're always right on point, right on time because the mechanics is the structure. The mechanics is um what we the tools we're using because the tools we're using is the sower's toolbox tools. So we might as well get more details on that which we got going on. But I was want to talk about more about where we was at. The environmental exchange was first, and you had hit on it too. You was talking about how we started with the church, and our church is called the First Natural Church of Business. Getting our things back on. Y'all, I live in Costa Rica. The power of the internet, all these things it'll go out in a minute. It'll come back in an hour, maybe sometimes. We never know. But we glad that we still here. But we was here on the eight core principles, and we was talking about yeah, son. I remember you said that. We was talking about value and patience. That's what we at right now. Value and patience. I'm having patience with the internet. Having value in what I'm giving y'all. Okay. And now. Add this to the stage. It started raining, y'all. Hold on, remove this. Add this to the stage. There we go. Now, what we have going on right now is that we are working to build the actual physicalness of the church. And this is what it all comes down to. What it is that we got going on. Why are we working on the sowing? The sowing is to plant the seeds to get us here. We again found in Costa Rica. We are currently in development of a physical church. But until then, we're going to be digital for a while. If you came into my podcast last Monday for Soulful Tunes, we talked about this. We talked about how we was going to go about this. We're going to use the platform roadblocks to build the first digital church, and then we're going to work our way up. That's the growth level, right? Yeah, I just want to make sure we on tune with how we utilizing this time we have. We utilizing the church aspect because Sister Cultivator told us, all right, she went to the mechanics. We told y'all about the natural self, how you got to be transparent, how we use the core principles. But the mechanics behind it is that we built the church. Why did we build the church? That is the key. What was the whole idea of that process? And it was because we needed a platform to show y'all how you could pay yourself. How can you pay yourself using this? Did you know that churches are tax accredited, tax exempt? Did you know that not only are churches but libraries? If you have 1,000 books inside your house, you could label yourself as a library. And as a library, you could be tax exempt. Not everybody want to build a church. And then you say, why did you want to do that? Well, if you go and follow me, and I said follow me, and I meant that, at Facebook.com/the Me Exchange. The Me Exchange. Let's get that on the screen so y'all can see it. Stop screen share. Screen share. Y'all, we have plenty of things to show y'all. Let's go to it. There it is. Let's get that open up. If y'all come over here to the Meta Environmentals group, you'll see that we show y'all all the steps needed in order for you to build your tax exempt platforms. We go step by step because the first step you need in order to get there is first getting your seed. That's getting the name. Then you want to implement it and getting your EIN number. See how it says step 2? Getting your EIN number. We give you all the steps. We give you the links. Then after you get your EIN number, you want to come on over here. You want to follow the steps they tell you. They give you a package that you got to fill out in order for you to understand how to be legal. It's very simple. They just want your name, your number, your address, the name, how many people. It'll give you. It's a package that they give you after you get your EIN number. Day 3 and step 3, you create your legal entity within your state. Mine is Texas. I created mine. It's $25 fee. The form is 202. The file is you file it with the Secretary of State. Each state is different. Each fee is different. So mine was $25. I don't know what your state is. So don't come on here talking about JoJo. You said it was this and it's that. File your system in your state. Then the next thing is you want to build your structure, your board of directors, your bylaws, your accountability, all this stuff. You gotta know what you're doing. Once you've done that, you are basically established, but you also need to go on and get you a payment system. We use platforms like PayPal, Stripe, we use Cash App. You just have to have a bank account system where just your business go to. So you're not saying, I want to be exempt from this, that, and the other. This is free information. I'm giving y'all free game for y'all to understand what it is you can do. Remember earlier I talked to y'all about building the church. We're trying to get the physical church. You can come to our Cash App. Cash App has the ability to help people pull together collectively for a cause. The maximum is 10 grand though. So we have a pool set up that you can go to Cash App and contribute to it. And it's not me just spending the money. It's not me just getting it, putting it in my pocket. Your pool stays here until we reach our goal. Do you see how all of this structured together? If you see how all this is structured together, put a soul in the chat so I can know that you understand that this works well together. That's how we're bringing value to what it is that we have going on. You want to make sure that your church, your business, your nonprofit, because really we talking about nonprofits. We're not talking about people who just look for money. Sowing is about not thinking of what the income is. You thinking of where you want to see yourself, and then you get in there. By all means, you get there. How it is, where it is, what you can do with others, yourself, you get in there. Um, After you get yourself together, you come back and you look at your sowing principles and you say, all right, how do I multiply this, what I have? I'm glad you asked. How do you multiply what you got going on? Let's go on back to the meta environmental exchange. And you can see that we utilize this is where y'all talking about. We talking about how do we make the maintenance behind all of this. Son, can you calm it down? I'm gonna put you down. Yeah, I heard you. I'm waiting on it to load for all that y'all who trying to figure out what is JoJo doing over here. While this is loading, there we go.
All right. Let's see here. Just a moment. Let me see if I can pull this up here. So, where she left off, she was talking about multiplication, right? How can you multiply what it is that you are doing? And again, she left off on building the church and how the church was going to help multiply what we are actually building in order to be able to teach what the first natural church of business was created to. I see you back.
No matter what Sister Cultivated is doing, she is always on point. Um, this is beautiful. I think we set up though now. The forest restoration project is what exactly she was saying. The forest restoration project is the multiplication aspect of it. Why? Because remember earlier we was talking about let's zoom into it. Let's go on past this. We was talking about the aspects of what it was. How do we multiply it? By planting fruit trees, clearing plastic waste, recycling, clearing water, clearing water from plastic waste, creating water from clean air and giving it to those in need. We also use cryptocurrency such as NFTs to use it in a digital way so we can move it more seamlessly, decentralized, because remember that's the part of the seed network. Um, we have multiple phases that we go through, but you can read about that on your own time. Um, the Forest Restoration Project is here to find different ways that we can utilize nature and be an assistance and an increase within ourselves. We are committed to this. We are helping to preserve, restore, and create educational opportunities to bring more awareness to those around us when it comes to the environment and the ecosystems themselves. We are worldwide. It's not just me doing it. There's so many people in our network. I believe we have over 200 people within our network worldwide helping us maintain this. So if I can't plant a tree, somebody on the other side can. If I can't clean the plastic out of the ocean, somebody on the other section can. And we make sure that we are able to do this together. And when we are all raising funds to get to this level, we make sure that the Forest Restoration Project promotes that, which we are raising funds for. As you can see, a lot of our fundraisers are going through as you speak. You can literally come and see what it is that we are raising funds for, how we are raising it, what it is that we're doing. Um, I don't want to get too much into the NFTs right now. That's for a whole different class. I'm not even going to talk about that, but we are changing the world with what we already have. And remember, the seed principles is the first step is the seed. Learn about the Forest Restoration Project and how it is helping contribute to it. I'm looking for something particular. Here it is. How you can give back to the Forest Restoration Project. They got social packages. $15, $25, $50 a month. You can genuinely do these things. Plant trees, clean plastic waste, clear gallons of water out for fresh water. You get an exclusive NFT saying that you did these things. You get access to eco projects. That means just like I gave away the marketing package, you get access to these type of things when other people won't get access. I'm telling y'all, I haven't give y'all access to certain things because I want y'all to sow. You want to sow? Come on over here and sow. Not everything is the same. I'm not even gonna tell y'all that we just regurgitating information. 2 trees planted, 5 trees planted, 10 trees planted. A lot of y'all gonna say, why do we even care about these trees being planted? Let me jump on over here because I got the why for y'all. I made sure I got the why. All right. Let me pull that up for y'all. The why is we utilize these things for tax credits. Governmental taxes using voluntary carbon offsets. Yeah, the government is doing tax credits, and that's part of centralization. But we do voluntary carbon credits. That means we physically are using plants and trees to help get us to that level. You can see that the government typically values their credits at 85 to 180 per ton. As to people who planting trees like myself, we can only do 7 to 24. We can do 25, but it depends on what it is. You can really say how much whatever you want, but this is just an average. These are average prices, y'all. Um, the purpose, this is the average price per each credit to clarify that. The purpose of it is to incorporate net zero marketing and goals. One moment. Um, the sustainability is volatile for people like myself because we have to deal with the air. One moment, y'all. I got tremendous activity over here.
Yeah, definitely having to deal with the air is a big thing. And she's talking about the air over there, but I'm here in the States, and our air is definitely very much polluted. Um, I used to do taxes. I actually did taxes for about um, wow, about 13 years. 9 of those years I actually did with a company, and then I went ahead into business for myself, doing it independently. And so, of course, I was the one who started to see these tax credits. And even now, the government is still doing things to try to reinforce and implement all these different types of credits. Now, the thing with the government tax credits, the 45Q, right, is there is these stipulations, right, especially for you to be able to get, right, those max amounts of tons that will require you to have some type of industrial machinery, right? It's not a natural removal of carbon, right? It's a machine removing it, and then typically it still has to be disposed somewhere, but or transformed into a different energy. But of course, we do it naturally through the use of planting trees because trees purify the air, right? They create the oxygen and they purify and pull a lot of these toxins and these gases out of the air. So that's what she's talking about when she's talking about the quality of air and it being able to be sustainable or stable.
Indeed, that's what's going on because the government is using they using machines to purify the air and then using that to do their taxes or to get their credits or to be quote unquote self sustainable. But when you find out what the government is doing, you're just like they just using machines. Is it really good quality? Is it? It's like having tap water in a metal cup and drinking it, and then drinking rainwater. They both water, but one got a metallic taste to it, and the other one got a more pure taste to it. And when you put these things together, it's like governmental tax credits is the metal cup, volunteer tax credit is is the actual trees producing the carbon and offsetting the oxygen. This is what we're doing. We're about being more natural. Yes, it's a little bit less in value, but in value of income, so to speak, but not in value of self sustainability and more natural. I personally prefer the trees than to get a machine and be pumping. I can pump money all day, but I don't want to pay for that machine. I don't want to. I don't want to pay up front because I can literally take a seed from the food that I have and utilize it to make the tree to make an income to offset it. And you say, how can you take a seed? If you look at the bottom where it says your audience, we're talking to businesses, eco-conscious brands, and individuals. We're not talking to large-scale projects right now. We're talking to us, volunteer carbon offsetters. Where's that image that I have for y'all? I've already allocated it. Let's see if we can put it up there. Oops, add to the stage. This is how you do it. You first need to verify yourself. You need to verify yourself so that you are a nonprofit accredited source. That's what I was saying earlier when you go through them steps. You need to be accredited. You need to go to your state and say, "Hey, I am a nonprofit organization. I'm a church. I'm a library. Whatever it is that you're doing. For me, it's a church. I'm verifying that we're planting trees. I am verifying that I am actually doing what I say I'm doing by doing, the little steps that they want us to do. We are able to verify ourselves in that way. And they're gonna ask you, why are you doing it? It's not just I'm making money. You can't just get on there and be like, I'm making money. You can't be like, I just want to do it just because. They want to know that you're doing this for the greater good. You're not just doing this because you want the money. You need to actually show them that you're changing the environment. That's why I'm out here in Costa Rica, because I want to physically be able to show what I'm actually doing. What is the benefit of the project? Clean air. People need drinking water when they in distress. Indigenous communities need to be able to be self-sustainable in this technology growing ecosystem world we got going on. Um, the last one is the credits. I wanted to show y'all a chart. Let me see what this chart is. I remember I downloaded it to make sure it's here. I won't be able to show y'all this chart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where that chart at? There that chart. Here the chart, y'all. We ain't finna hold y'all long. We gonna get in and out of this. So here's the chart. When me and Sister Cultivator started this, it was 2018. This is where we started. Our carbon credits was way down here. So you know that they was talking about how you got the government and then you got the eco-friendly people. It didn't really pick up until 2022, where it was just a bomb and increase. See this right here? It just started increasing. So our value and all our credits increase. So we know that this is a good place to be. And when you look at cryptocurrency, there's a lot of dips, but this is consistent increase. You see what I'm saying? How I know this works is because of the consistent increase. We are not supposed to be looking for an increase that's temporary. We're not supposed to be looking for an increase that's just like short lived. We want consistent increase. And that is what carbon tax credits bring us. Imagine you have a plot of land and you bought the land, but you don't know what to do with it. You can live on it, but that's depreciating in value, spending money to live. What if you could just plant trees, turn them into credits, and increase what your land is in value of sites and value of having something on it, and you literally get paid back the money you spent for the land? Using tax credits, you can do that. How do you do that? Y'all, like I said, down the list, I'm not going to sit here and give y'all all the details on how you do that. You got to come back and you got to chime in, you got to follow me, you got to join the Meta Environmentalist Change for this information. But just seeing here right now, tax credits is a value. That's how you multiply, because that's the part of the 8 principles we on right now. We're multiplying what we have. We took our seed, we put it in the ground, we created a tree, we sowed in ourselves first, then we sowed into others, because the harvest of the plants and trees we're able to utilize by selling it, by eating it, whatever it is, collecting just the seeds. It don't matter. Whatever you feel like you need to do to attain the goals you need, you multiply by planting more seeds or by giving it away to other people, exchanging it and whatnot, and you're able to see growth. This is where we are in this state of increase. Where I am in it is this. Because you can say, JoJo, how do you do it? Y'all, I'm using all the aspects of myself that I can in order to be my most natural self. And how do I see that vision coming into place? Is simply this. I'm doing all of this so that I can create and raise funds for our soulful, compacted home ecosystem. This is what I'm trying to build, but sustainably for people like you and me, not a big global machine, big, I need 3 lots, I need all this space to build. I am doing this for people like you and me so that you can not have your power turned off, not have your waters poisoned, not know where your crops is coming from, and you need to get and transport yourself or maintain your land because you got tractors and things. You don't have to keep going to the fuel industry to go get it. You can literally maintain yourself from your own house. From the fishes and plants, the fishes give the water and filtrate the water to get the plants going. So you can take this. This is just the abstract version of what I'm saying, but I hope you can understand what I'm saying through this visualization. The plants is helped by the fish. The fish filtrate the water for the plants, but the plants filtrate the water for you to drink or bathe in. As you can see, water filtration system. With the clean water, you are cooling off your system for fuel from plastic. We're going to take the plastic waste because I don't care who you are, you got plastic waste, you have it. You're going to make that, you're going to turn that into fuel. That fuel is going to feed and feed itself to so you can feed yourself through cooking or through using of tools, through transportation. So now you are able to utilize this in a way that helps sustain you. Yeah, you see light and power right here. You're gonna utilize that light, that water movement of the fishes to build some type of generator. So we're gonna use the water to make a generator to move the lights and the power. It's gonna create drinking water. You got cooking tools and your other tools you have. This is the system. This is, like I said, an abstract version of it so that you can understand physically what I'm saying I'm working to achieve. Do you understand that this system here, if you had this system in place in your house, you wouldn't have to go back to the grocery store for water? I know y'all paying by the gallon too. You wouldn't have to keep going to the stores asking, is that the right number for organic food? You wouldn't have to keep going to the things worried about the wars and the rumors of wars of your oil going up. You'll be able to utilize fuels and plastic in a different means that's not going to finding somebody else that is hawking up the price every now and again and creating a way for you not to attain it. You can do this from your own house. You can do this from your own environment. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm creating a way to do this. We have already worked with someone named Nature Jab in order to hold on in order to get ourselves there. As you can see, you can go back to the forest restoration project and find out how we take the fuel and turn it no the plastic waste, turn it into fuel for non-toxic emissions, rapid low-cost process, and hands-on scalable solutions for communities. You can learn more about that by going to the Forest Restoration Project because this is who we utilize for the information to do the first part of our project because it's actually the hardest part. You may think the fishes and the water and the plants is the first part. It's not the hardest part though. We know how to plant. We know how to put fish in the tank. That's easy. But we want to focus on the fuel and the plastic waste. Peace be upon you, Sister Karen. I see you in there with Care Builders. All praises to that. We are here talking about how the process works. So, if you can understand that we are working on this project, then you understand why I had to go to a more natural aspect of myself and create the first natural church of business because the business at hand is teaching and learning. And as I'm doing and developing this, I'm going to reach back out and teach those around me what I'm doing so they can multiply and do it for themselves then somebody else learns from them. We all can work together. This is the core of what I'm building. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a I'm just getting rich and nobody's going with me. The First Natural Church business is here to help everybody who has the ears, who has the knowledge, who has the want and the drive to build and grow and be more sustainable. Y'all see my power keep getting switched off. I want to come to the terms with myself that they can switch off the power and I still run like nothing else happens. In the coming future, I wish to get and have my own internet source. But my mind right now can't put that together and fathom it, put that together. I just got to know that that's in the future. Right now I can focus on what I have in front of me right now, which is planting the trees, clearing the plastic waste, taking that plastic waste, turning it into fuel, getting at least that going, right? For those who are here, if you make it to the end of this class here, you will be able to receive, and I believe I did it.
Yes, indeed. And it's very important. Again, like she's saying, when you look at your environment or your situation and you see the issues or the problems that you're encountering, right? Like she's encountering this energy problem or this power problem. Again, this is a way that you know, or this is the path that you go to cultivate a solution for yourself, right? You look at the different ways that you can produce a solution for yourself, right? Because in countries like that, they're not going to create uh, a more modern system if they don't see a need to, right? And of course, you can't control the things that you don't create, right? And so, if they're not willing to create a more advanced system that will allow the citizens to continue to have power or allow them to continue to have, fresh air and clean water and things like this, these are things that we have to find a way to cultivate on our own, to build the components that will allow us to have those things, right? Because again, like we were using the example of physical wellness, like these things actually affect your physical wellness. They affect your actual body, right? The water, the food sources, these different things actually affect the body and how it functions. And so the first thing that you have is your natural self, and you have to take care of your natural self, right? You have to build up and cultivate your natural self so that you can utilize the mechanics, right? To get more in alignment with your goal. And so, again, like she's talking about with her situation, find out what the actual solution needs to be for the problem that you're having, and then you can figure out the steps by steps. And also, you can figure out what the mechanics of it need to be in order for you to put something like that together, right? It's about putting together a plan and then a plot, right? A lot of people think a plan and a plot are the same things, but they're not, right? Planning could be as simple as a checklist. When you're plotting something, you're actually going through and talking about how it will move through the process, right? You're actually saying I'm going to do this here and then I'll be able to do this. And then once that is done, then I'll add this component or I'll do this. Like she was saying, you need the fish to cultivate the plants, right? Then the plants will be able to cultivate the water, right? And so it is a process that has to be cultivated. And then planning and plotting, you'll be able to create the exact plan and plot that you need to be able to produce what you are trying to. And I see you're back with the water and cleanup impact.
Indeed, and because this part of what you were saying as well, the parts of the pieces of the whole. Because we work with the Moses Foundation to make sure that people getting clean water. We're working with Nature Jab to make sure the plastic waste is removed. So together we are able to give each one of y'all, if you are here at the end of this class, you'll be able to receive one of our tax accredited water cleanup impact certificates to say you are helping the First Natural Church get to the level in which we are striving to get to. So everybody will be receiving one of these water and cleanup impact certificate. I wanted to show y'all that, and I also wanted to show y'all what we'll be getting into. Who else have we been pairing up with? I want to show that to y'all. I almost forgot, but it was something I really felt like we should know, or y'all should know. Okay, let me get there. Screen share, Windows. All right, this is we working with Ethiopia, with Green Ethiopia, to help with our tree planting services because right now, as you can see, I'm renting, so I can't be planting acres and acres of trees for y'all as y'all sow into the business at hand, which is the First Natural Church of Business, and it's helped with the Forest Restoration Project. The Restoration Project is partnered up with the Green Ethiopia to help plant trees, and as you can see, funding for them is already increased to $3 million, well, euros for them as far as funds. Imagine yourself with a plot of land, right? And you planting trees, you getting your eco credit, you done sustained yourself as a nonprofit organization, and you getting funds. How you getting them funds? Grants. What grants can you get as a nonprofit? Y'all, I got a list of nonprofit grants ready to give to those 10 people who are ready to help us move. If you are one of them 10 people who wish to understand grants and how what grants you need to get your nonprofit going, type of so in the chat if you're seeing it somewhere, or DM me. If you want to DM me, I'm gonna still give you the same link everybody's gonna type in so gonna get because I'm not gonna be doing this one-on-one. However, I do one-on-ones. Contact me if you want a one-on-one. Anyway, we're working with Green Ethiopia to plant trees to maintain our tree plant services in a way that's continuously transparent, is continuously done, and we not lying to y'all about tree planting. Yeah, I can tree plant over here, but very, very little amounts because I'm reaching out to people. I sow the seed, I start the sampling, I give it to somebody else that can plant it on their land. I personally want to raise money for my land. So when I'm doing that, I'm sowing the seed of intention first so that when I get my land, I'm able to sow a seed physically, sustainably, and continuously. But until I get there, y'all look at this. This is a seed lesson using other people to do the things you need to do to get to where you need to be. That is part of the sowing principles. Remember, we talked about that. How do we get there? The sowing principles. If you wish to see the sowing principles list, be in the WhatsApp group and I will make sure that you get the sewing principle flyer so that you can see the 8 sewing principles for yourself. We have talked about the natural self, the mechanics of it, and we've brought to you the awareness of what you could be doing, how it could affect you, and how to increase. We talked about the how you can manage it, the stewardship and the circulation of it. We have talked about all this. Now, what we haven't talked about is the visualization. Because we can talk and talk, and I can show y'all words all day, right? But I'm looking for 10 people who are ready to see infiltration. I want you to be able to see what you could do. That's why I'm hosting an exclusive virtual tour of Costa Rica. When you join the next masterclass, you'll be able to be part of the exclusive virtual tour of Costa Rica. That means where I'm living, I will show you how. I will show you where. I will show you how to get around in it. I will be showing you what my pueblo, as they call it, looks like. Not just me sitting on camera on a like a Facebook live. No, we're gonna take a live tour. We're gonna just go around. I'm gonna show you different things. You'll be able to interact. You'll be able to talk to me in real time. I will make sure that I have stable internet to do this. No, we cannot go into the jungle. I know that's one of y'all questions. Can we go in the jungle? Can we see some animals? Hopefully you see some animals while we doing the tour of the town. But I gotta tell you, ain't no Wi-Fi in the jungle. I can buy Wi-Fi, I can put it on a backpack, and I go in the jungle, it's gonna shut off. Because when you get into nature, nature don't play all that Wi-Fi mess. It gonna cut you off. You're gonna have to come and get you a real tour. You're gonna have to come on to Costa Rica and say, Jojo, I need a real tour, and we're gonna get that set up. We're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you here. First step is what? Passport. Get your passport first. If you need to find out how to get your passport, hit me up. I'll help you get your passport. I'll tell you the paperwork you need. I'll get you there. But this is on. We talking about an exclusive virtual tour. We ain't talking about a whole bunch of people either. We're talking about them 10 people who are seeking to actually sow and grow, who are serious. We're not looking for people who halfway believe they can do this. We want you to be able to sustain yourself and visualize it. Because when you are manifesting, you can write it down, you can talk about it, but if you talk about it too much, it kind of messes up your manifestations. But also, if you can visualize it, see yourself there, you can create it. It can be in your reality. Um, that personally is it for what I have to offer y'all as far as this class without falling y'all down with too much information. If you have any questions to what it is I got going on, DM me, show me what it is I can do to help you. If you don't know what I can do to help you, I can't help you. If you don't hit me up and or hit Miss Cultivator Gold up, we can't help you. We are here to help and assist you grow and sow your way out. Yes, this is a free masterclass. Yes, you were introduced to what you could do. Yes, you was given things that can better help improve what it is you got going on. At the end of the day, we hope that you learn something. At the end of the day, if you yourself found something in this that is valuable to you or someone around you, let them know. Because our next masterclass cannot and will not be free. You gonna need to exchange in something, some type of increase. The price will be $97 for you to come in to our next masterclass and get in details how to do the things that we're doing. We're not going to just do one big 2 hour, 1 hour, whatever thing and just give you a bunch of links and tell you go. We're going to take one topic. We're going to talk about that topic. We're going to structure it in a way where you can understand what you need to do, where you need to go, and how you need to get there. So, for example, tax credits, what you need to do, how you need to build it, and then you can ask your questions so that we can help you get there. The first thing, that was just an example, but we all know that the first thing is the seed. What is it? What's your idea? What is the brand you have? If you already got a brand, product, service going, how can you make that better? This is what we are working to do. This may take a day. This may take a week for you. Who knows? But we're not doing a master class every week. We're not gonna be doing that. If you need to move faster, you can do a one-on-one with us. I am hosting and I am doing consultations. Let's go on and plug y'all in before y'all go. before y'all go. Where's the screen share? There we go. Share that. Y'all gonna go on over to me, the Meta Environmental Exchange. You're gonna scroll down to where it say the team behind the mission. Go on, click JoJo Campbell. Almost here, son. I am doing consultations, travel consultations. One moment, y'all. One moment.
All is well. I was just thinking about back when we started, that was Queen Shanita that was always in the background talking or yelling or something.
Sometimes you gotta get through it. We're trying to speed through it, y'all. Um, hold on. Let me get this screen for y'all. Um, y'all, that's the whole point of this. How can you maintain your life that you have? That we're not sugarcoating it. We're not pretending like life isn't happening around us. Y'all, we are really striving to make sure that y'all have the information that y'all need in truth, not in hype, not in pretend. We are we are we are here for y'all. But as I hope y'all can see this screen here, this is my consultation screen. No matter where you are in the world, it pretty much acts the same. Get your passport, your visa, whatever you need to start traveling. How can you get it in your own understanding, in your own time frame? You may not can join the master classes, but you still need the information. You go to the Me Exchange, click my name, go start your consultation, make your appointment. You can do it via calls, you can do it audio calls or video calls or just through text messages. This is something you can do. Texting also includes emails. I will do emails, but I'm charging per email just like I'm charging to text. That's what you can do. You can join the master class for $97 or you can join the consultation and pay your time. These are you have options. No, we will not be you will not be DMing us in our Facebook Messenger trying to get free information. We are done with that. You can rewatch this master class and try to get an understanding and try to do it yourself. You can chat GPT it and get a bunch of information that may or may not be correct. Or you can just go on and tap in and get the consultation. Um, what else we got going on? I believe that is all I really wanted to show y'all. Again, we got a lot going on. If you want the link to join the WhatsApp group to be a part of the next masterclass or get consistent information on when we doing masterclasses, what's in masterclass, or any of the details that we talked about here, if you're trying to get the links, you gotta join the group. You gotta join the group, y'all. Um, Let me go on and get. I'm gonna drop the link of the group in the comment section on YouTube where you should be getting this. Do, 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 do. Where it say that? We are almost wrapping this up, y'all. We are almost done. Don't feel too much in your minds to say you don't know what you're doing. It's okay. If you don't know what you're doing, if you still have questions, we are here for you. I'm doing it right now. I'm getting that link ready and I am dropping it in the comments. Join the next masterclass and you will be able to get the information that we talked about here via WhatsApp. If you want to join us and just get information about the Meta Environmental Exchange, join the group chat, the Meta Environmental Exchange on Facebook. There you will be able to come on, son. I'm almost done. Promise you, I'm almost done. There we are. Join the Facebook group. And here is the link. I'm dropping it as we speak. I'm making sure y'all get to this level without needing to go many places. There y'all got the Facebook group. You got the next the next masterclass group, and that's where we at with this. If y'all have any other questions, put it in the chat. Sister Cultivator, if you have anything to tell now.
Well, first, I want to honor what the First Natural Church of Business is doing and how it's helping ones get more in alignment and understanding and moving through business and life. Again, before we get up out of here, one of those mechanics that's going to be very important, or one of the tools or the pathways that is going to be important as well, again, it's going to be Sower's Toolbox. And if you are in the group, I'm actually preparing an actual toolkit that will be used for you specifically. Of course, you can always go to sowerstoolbox.shop and look at the tools that are available and kind of create your own toolbox. We also have a link tree at Sower Supply. But again, look at the information, get your marketing packet, go into the WhatsApp group, check in, and if you have any questions, just send the questions out because, again, one of the things that I've learned is clarity is going to be way more important than anything else, right? It's not just about information, it's having a clear understanding of the information and how you can put it into practice or how you can apply it to what you are doing. And so that's all I wanted to add. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope to see y'all in the masterclass.
We are almost done. We are almost finished. So I wanna 1 second. There, sorry about that, y'all. Ain't nothing worse than a baby crying while you're trying to listen. But anyway, we are here. We're gonna end this view. We're thankful that y'all showed up to this masterclass. Next masterclass again is $97. If you're looking to join that masterclass, the link is here in the comment section on where you watch this video from. If you want to join the group, if you want to learn more about what Sister Cultivator is doing, join the Meta Environmental Exchange. Join the block if you want to be part of that. I'll put that link also in the comments so that you can get your personal mentorships through Sister Cultivator or whatever it is that she got going on that you feel is going to help you grow and sow your way out of whatever problem you got going. Until then, until then, my name is JoJo, also known as the Master of Manifestations. And gives a fucks depend on the platform you are on. Find the person who sent you this link and tell them thank you so you can better help sow yourself because you want to make sure you sow into others. And until then, y'all, sow on, sow forth. Peace be upon y'all. See y'all next
Peace.
time.